So I watched Goji Guys Can Rathalos Survive How to Train Your Dragon video, over a month ago. And I don't have a problem with how anybody runs their channel. If they're not a power scaling channel, they're not a power scaling channel. However, basic information about Monster Hunter is very easy to come by. And how the verse works is very simple as well. And so imagine my disappointment when I found out he said the Skrill of all creatures would stump Rathalos because his weakness is thunder. It is it is disappointing on so many levels because we understand that you can't compare person A to person B because they have the same thing, right? It's like comparing Wolverine and X-23. They ain't comparable. One's more durable than the other. One's tougher. One's more experienced than the other. One has a lot more lethality than the other. It's very funny. It's like comparing, two things that have the same properties but function at different levels. And using Lagiacrus as an excuse, I'm going to be real, it's really disingenuous and it's honestly disrespectful here. But today we're going to clarify that. And to be kind of honest, I think Rathalos would dominate in How to Train Your Dragon unless the dragons have, the riders to outsmart him. But even then, he would honestly cook a large majority of the dragons. Do I think the dragons in How to Train Your Dragon will survive Monster Hunter? Yes. Yes, I do. They are very capable. However, keep in mind they do not survive because of their strength nor their durability. They survive because of their versatility and their higher intelligence compared to the basic wyverns. However, if an Elder Dragon shows up, it's a wrap. Or an Elder Dragon level monster shows up, it's pretty much a wrap there. Even with some Apexes, it might be a wrap. But you guys get my point. They'll survive if they play it smart. Okay? So, with that being said here, I want y'all to really think for a minute. If Rathalos is weak to thunder, why does he have so many rivals that utilize thunder, and he's still known as the king of the skies, still known as the top predator in its ecosystem, even preying upon a monster that utilizes electricity? I find that very, very interesting. It is quite interesting in the fact that, but again, like I said, Rathalos has 4 rivals that use electricity and 1 prey animal that also uses electricity. Now, to get the prey animal out of the way, it's obviously Tobi-Kadachi. Yeah, he utilizes thunder, has a much more potent thunder than the Skrill. The Skrill blasts it, that's great, but Tobi-Kadachi actually manipulates it properly. He has a much higher, they have a much higher capacity to use electricity. They have a better adaptation to it. But again, the monsters that usually use electricity against Rathalos include Torticles from Frontier, Lagiacrus, quite obvious, Zinogre, and then Thunderhead Crackhead Astalos. So all these monsters utilize thunder, and keep in mind, I don't see the Skrill creating lightning pillars or creating lightning orbs that it can manipulate and using its electricity underwater without hurting itself or creating thunder bombs. I don't see the Skrill doing any of that, but yet Rathalos contends against these predators on a regular basis and comes out on top. But wait, let's use another one, right? We all know Uthduna, right? We know Big Leviathan with water attribute that's also vulnerable to thunder. He gets the upper hand here over a monster that utilizes thunder and even withstands the attack but isn't paralyzed. And, goes about its day like it's a casual thing here. And keep in mind, the best the Skrill has is Lightning Blast and the ability to be able to move as a lightning bolt. Not turning into it, move as one. It's a big difference. And keep in mind that he's not as powerful as any of the other monsters, in all honesty. And keep in mind, he doesn't have too many feats to suggest his lightning would work on Rathalos, he said, oh, well, the thunder element is a weakness, right? And keep in mind as well, I think this really shouldn't be said, but we use thunder element against Rathalos all the time, don't we? Our Wegmans are augmented with thunder element. Oh, and keep in mind, the hunters, and I think I have to say this so many times, use biological warfare against the monsters. Now, are they built different? Yes. Oh, yes, most definitely. But here's the thing, right? We use electricity from elder dragons, right? Rajang, Kirin, Namiel, just to name a few elder dragon and elder dragon level monsters that utilize electricity. And if speed is the issue, then it wouldn't be hard to honestly scale Rathalos to the hunters, which, as you guys can see, can parry, block, and even react to the likes of electricity, right? Casually dodging it with absolute ease. Then you also have the, some light speed to relativistic scaling for the hunters, and yet hunters like, or creatures like Odogaron and Nargacuja are noted to be faster than the hunters quite casually. And Rathalos reacts to them and can even blitz them as well. So it's, and not entirely impossible to say that Rathalos can reach relativistic, if not at the same speed as lightning. Yeah, I find that very interesting as well. So, to kind of conclude off here, Thunder does not guarantee a win against Rathalos. Alright? Rathalos is also fast enough to catch the Skrill, and with its poison talons and its fire breath and its much more powerful tiering. Keep in mind, you can get Rathalos from city block to island level quite casually. Oh, you guys want to know some island level scaling for like Apex monsters? Yeah, I got you. So the Apex Predators, mind you, would scale back to Agnactor. Agnactor's ecology, and in all honesty, you could probably say it's biology as well, allows it to live in active volcanoes. Keep in mind, Monster Hunter World, or the Monster Hunter verse, I should say, is much more advanced or much more durable than ours. So a volcano erupting over there could basically wipe out an entire island. Keep in mind, volcanoes, in terms of scaling, are considered island level. So you have that to kind of be a very big high end for Monster Hunter's Apexes, right? So with that being said here, city block is a low end, and then you have island level as a high end. And again, a more consistent high end than the likes of How to Train Your Dragon, which gets from city block at a low end to mountain level at its highest. So, yeah, that's honestly going to do it all for today, you guys. You can comment down below, like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. This is Legendary Grimlock, and I'll see you guys for the next video, which will be the Mega Mech versus Mecha Godzilla. Peace.